Hello, and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Factorio Massa with the guys. I'll just say that instead of saying Bentham
Yay.
twice. It's easier.
I am currently trying to find a way to sort out the oil unloading so it can be a bit quicker.
My game is dying. What happened? Who did a thing?
It wasn't me, I don't think. I don't think I've done any things. We must upgrade this.
I think someone must have just built something crazy.
I
As soon as
didn't.
the
I
episode
just
started.
I deconstructed some things.
That could be.
I don't know. Maybe it was that. It'll probably calm down. Maybe. Possibly.
There was a lot of things.
Bentham,
Yes.
do you happen to have an upgrade planner set to all of these wonderful
Nope.
things? No? Oh, well, poop.
I want to see what you guys have been working on for the last, like, 20 episodes. Curious to see it.
It's
How
about
much
to be
fucking
ready.
stone have we got? Well, we've
Not
got
quite,
a lot
but
of stone.
soon-ish.
Where the hell is that?
Except now we're using the horrible normal 8-belt balancer. Looks weird.
Well, we can use the other one if you want. If you want to set up the other one, I'm totally
I don't
okay
know if my other one works. Actually, I could make it work if I do some.
Nope, there goes Bentham for the next few days.
Literally all went through my mind. That's why
I was gonna say I feel like
did this
Avak knows this.
one. That's why I did this
Wait,
one.
were you trying to make? Are you trying to send him away? Like,
No, that's why I said I just grabbed the 8-belt balance and I put it down. I was like, okay, I'm just going to quickly build this. We're going to move on. And then Mother was like, no, we don't need this. I was like, yes, we do, for reasons.
Unfortunately, the
Oh, crap.
the space I have is one less than I would need to make it work. So, seeing as this is temporary, we can do this for now.
Now I feel like I've been mean.
I don't understand.
It wouldn't have worked
like,
anyway. So,
No,
If
no,
the
no.
other one's fit for
Bentham,
purpose.
if you want to do this, Bentham, I support you doing random stuff for 8 episodes. There you go. I've moved it. I've made room for you.
you're allowing your Omni smelter to like take another week to be ready.
This is what friendship is.
Either that, or he just he wants to busy you with doing that so that he can do something
So I
else.
don't break anything.
so
Yeah.
he can work on it without you nearby.
That's mean. Bentham has been a great help.
Yeah, see,
Hmm.
Why did that sound like sarcasm, Avak?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're making things up. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that isn't even a word. You just yeah.
Where's Farl? Farl, I love you, but fuck off. I'm just about to deconstruct
glory.
something in the base, and I'm honestly sick of emptying
Go away,
Farl.
Val. No one likes you. Right. Okay. Oh hell. I need some red ones.
now that I know this works, it is only going to take a short amount of time, so we should be fine.
Okay.
There we go. Right now the train should empty out of their oil at twice the speed.
Hooray! I need to put some extra combinators in here to make sure that it cycles through the undocking signal properly. Once it gets to 3, it goes back to 1 instead of back to 0. But I'll leave it for now because it's very unlikely we're going to have anything blocking that up.
This is why I wish we had flow control.
I'm going to need...
Which area is complete? So I can look at it.
More or
without-
less, it all is now. I've
getting
just got to
confused.
put down a couple of combinators over here just to control how these filter inserters work. I'll just describe this part. The filter inserters will accept the ores that that there is room to store. Otherwise, they won't accept any of it. And that's the only part that isn't finished yet. And I'm going to be working on the combinator logic for that. But everything else you can just look at.
This is pretty mental.
Um, Where is it?
I don't have any speed modules that you're not using just yet.
I've got 4. I will put them back into the logistics network. Bump, bump.
I thought I had some, but they were level 1s.
Okay.
It's weird
Oh, of course,
I
because
didn't
both
think
the
I had some.
logistics networks
They
are
must
now
have been
connected.
stolen from me.
Are you gonna turn it on soon?
Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, sure. I can basically hardwire the system to run for now, and then I'll put in the combinator logic later so that we can actually see it going.
Okay, so you've got multiple sets of inserters for each of the 4 things you're gonna make. Gotcha. Probably easier just to watch it. I see you've been horking all of our modules for a system that's not even on. It's lovely.
I only meant to take those until I could blueprint them, and then I was going to take them back out, but then got distracted.
And then I think you hooked up to the main network, and then the robots have been bringing them out here instead of into functional
We have an
machines.
attack on the main factory for once.
An attack
Really?
helicopter.
Hmm, that's not good.
The roboport has exploded.
Oh, well,
I
that's
don't
not
actually
good
know what
either.
that is. It's just this weird looking array. I remember it's got beacons involved.
Oh, that's very not good. Notice how Roomba is suddenly there. It's nothing to do with beacons.
No, it's the oil. I don't want to lose the oil.
Okay, so I need to find a train that is moving copper around, I guess.
Oh yeah, this is you making circuits.
Well, the thing about beacons is that they cost a ton of power all the time. And modules are
I'll just
stupid
hop on
expensive as well. So having beacons with modules in them that aren't running, it's just really expensive. That's why I wanted to see if we could get your system on. I want to see it. I want to see it, and I want to make it be a net gain on resources instead of a resource sink. Okay, so enable condition. If iron plate is less than 5. So
Gotta be a
It'll only
tad of a
pick up
douche right now.
groups of 5. Is that basically the only thing that does? So it
Yep.
puts 5 in at a time.
Which prevents the smelter from ever jamming.
I will replace these.
So if there's 5 in the chest, then this one is allowed to work. But how does the furnace itself decide which one to craft out of the 3?
It's just whatever's available. It'll just do randomly the usual way of doing it.
Whichever inserter is the fastest?
I've got
No,
a.
it's usually it tends to balance out, but once the system's been running for a little bit and the combinators are all active, then it's only letting through what it wants from the ores.
Okay, so you're merging all the different feeds together.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that you've got there's 2 belts. Why are there 2 belts if all of these inserters only reach to the interior belt? The one belt.
It's usually just the way that I pace them out. The first belt sometimes wasted, sometimes not, because when I set it normally, I'll have one side go one way, the other side go the other way, but it's just the way we had this one set up. We're just trying to get it turned on at the moment.
I forgot this actually just goes to 4 belts anyway, rather than 8.
What are you doing?
I thought it went to 6 or something, so I was just going to do an 8 that way, but that probably means that this splitter isn't necessary, but it might be later.
And this is then you're
Just
sorting it?
changing. I've got one of the coppers. Actually, I'll send 2 of the coppers over here.
This whole thing over here is just a sorting station then, or what? Why is the sorting
It
station
just
wired
sorts
up?
it to be put into the trains, and then they get delivered to the main base.
But the main base is bot unloading. Why does it even matter? You could just put it all into the cargo wagon, and the bots don't give a crap. They just pick it all up, and then it's sorted just by being in the
I think it
logistics
would need
system.
sorting anyway, so that you could determine how much there was of each. Maybe you could just do that with logistics.
determine how much there was of each what?
Well, we can. To be honest, you're right, completely right. We can, since the base is just bot unloading, you could have. We can just set it up like that. I set it up for the way that I usually do it, and I never bot unload.
Still works this way.
Yeah, but we don't need as many stations this way. Rumbas way, sorry. Oh, that's train. Never mind.
How's plastic? Plastic's doing really fucking well.
Plastic should be okay, considering we're not doing too bad with
Copper's the issue.
oil at the moment.
What's wrong with copper? Copper is being hoovered up by a load of stack inserters.
Yeah. I set a condition on there so that they grab some from the one of the belts that goes by, and then they only put it back down if there's at least like 50 in the chest, so that the robot network has access to it. Otherwise, the robots will get a command to go pick it up. They'll fly over there, spend a bunch of energy, get there, and the chest is basically empty because the other inserter is just dumping it. So basically, that means we need more production.
Otherwise, is that not coming through?
The robots are going to consume most of it because they kind of have priority.
We need more SL modules,
We need so many modules. We need so many. We've got like a tenth of the overall smelting and processing that I would like, but we don't even have the modules to fill in what we have.
Yeah, we've got a couple of the iron is working moduled.
Yeah, I mean, we could just downgrade, right? We could just go backwards and do some setups that don't require beacons or modules at all, and just get stuff processed.
Why is this farting about?
Because we do have.
Starting to run. The sorting system's working.
We have 1.4 million iron ore and 700,000 copper.
Is not sending. Oh wait, it's because I didn't set these up to leave if they got a circuit condition. Never mind. I guess I could do.
Is it right that the furnaces currently shouldn't be doing anything?
We have a check in a second.
It just needs balanced, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's because half of them are moduled and the other half aren't, that it's getting extremely unbalanced. I think it needs to be balanced beforehand. Or is it okay? No, I think it's okay afterwards.
Why is this then? If anything is less than 20.
Yeah, I'll just do it on.
Everything is less than 20? Oh no. All the wiring is wrong on these. They're hooked up in the wrong way.
I guess you can just keep
the original blueprint.
Fucking wires.
You can keep copying and pasting larger and larger blueprints though, so
yeah.
Oh, you had a train coming
it
here.
won't take a million years.
Yeah. Only the ore one is not set up correctly. Why is that?
Although it's got like alternating copper and iron on this belt. Like, I was going to say like perfectly, but it's not in all places.
This is fucking mental.
What is?
Just the sheer amount of stuff that's going on here.
We've got stuff being made. We got stone bricks coming through.
Oh, it's like Christmas.
This should be triggering, but I cannot see why it is not. That one should be... In fact, that one shouldn't even be wired up at all. Steejo, could you come down here a second? It might just be that I'm looking past it, but...
Yes, sir?
Can you see why this regular filter inserter is not running? It's got a condition of anything less than 20. Oh, it's got 20 there. Let me look at this one down here, because this one has nothing in the chest, but it's not activating. Maybe...
if anything is less than 20...
Oh, there we are. It needs to be everything instead of anything.
Okay.
So I heard it's running. It's making. What is it making?
There's currently
Stuff.
copper and stone brick running on the lines.
Oh, but
It's
all
being
of this
loaded
needs
onto
to
the
be
trains and everything.
all of this needs to be set to everything.
Yes. I'm just running
fun.
through it now.
And now all my viewers are checking their Skype because I always forget to put Skype on silent.
You actually have Skype make sounds? What?
I can't remember the last time I had Skype make sounds.
I know.
I don't use it that frequently.
I wonder why anything wouldn't have worked there, though.
Because, oh yeah, don't know.
Because I would have thought that anything would, if anything is less than 20, either
would've-
copper or iron being less than 20 would have.
I think it's
triggered it.
because there's nothing getting sent to it, so it doesn't count a null signal.
Yeah, but I wonder why everything less than 20 counts in that case.
Because it's counting up everything and then sending a signal of how much is there and reading that, which will grab a null signal. It's the same issue that we had with the
Train
station
loading. Yeah,
Yeah,
train
yeah.
loading and unloading, or just loading, isn't it?
loading. Yeah,
Yep. So you get this
Is
thing and
unloading
it's
as robots?
spaced. It's ready for beacons, but we don't have the modules for it.
There used to be beacons there, but yeah, you may as well take them away since only one row of them had any modules in them at all. The rest were literally just placed down in order to fill with modules.
yeah. There's a good 100 modules there,
Where? What?
and the stuff that I took down. I've still got a blueprint though to place it back.
Why were the beacons
Yeah.
taken away, by the way?
Just so I could get a hold of the speed modules for the stuff that was working,
Ah, right, okay.
so that the robots didn't then replace it.
It's so
The
nice
sad thing
to
is
see
now-
it's finally running here.
Like, we went from having no resources and we're like, right, shit, we need to beacon, to having a fuck ton of resources and shit smelting.
Because we're trying to do beacons, but then we had an
Yeah.
oil deficit. Then we had a power deficit, which spiraled because we had no oil to make accumulators.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always something.
Ugh. Oops. No,
Why?
that's not.
Why is
Oh
there?
shit. I
If
sent Farrell away and didn't bring him back.
if I copy an area and it's got circuit conditions and then overwrite another area, will it copy
No,
those
you
circuit
have to-
conditions into it? No.
You have to remove the inserters.
That is so annoying. The wiring on the inserters over here, Bentham, is all kinds of jacked. So basically, each of the copper and iron lines is just not working right now. I've replaced the filter inserters, but the stack inserters also need to be done.
Well, can't you just blueprint a fixed version of it and then copy that over everything?
No, that's what I just asked about. Apparently, it
No.
doesn't work like that. It won't replace it. It'll just you need to pull it down first.
So we just need to copy and paste on all the stack inserters?
No, not all of them. Just the ones that deal with the copper and iron ore lines. Go. Problem came in that I had two blueprints on my character. I should have gotten rid of one of them at some point. But one was from a point where I was demonstrating the system and I hadn't put the wiring set up correctly. And then at some point that one got merged into the large blueprint. And so I copied all of the wrong wiring across. I fixed it at one point and then just boom.
So it needs to have motor operation none rather than enable disable.
Yep. That one just
Right.
runs whenever because it doesn't matter.
Just making sure I'm copying the right
Yeah.
one.
It can't jam it because it can't partially load a piece of copper or a piece of iron into the smelter and then the smelter.
I
will
immediately did it on the wrong one.
break. No worries, dude.
Damn it.
There we go. Now that that's set up, the belts are running again. There we go. Without speed, though, it's going to be slow. Which is why I was saying that this is set up for quite a lot, because the belts, the input belts, will be full most of the time. Speed, I don't know how that's going to affect it. But I'm going to guess that it's not going... We're still going to need to expand this before they're properly using the belts. All right, have you set up these trains to deliver?
No, just put them in place at the moment.
Okay. Well, I mean, what Arumba said is perfectly true. With the base as it is, it's just unloading with bots. We only need, like, maybe 2 trains just to handle the amount that's coming in. But other than that, we should be fine. In fact, we don't need this sorting area at all. If it's literally just going to be loaded onto a train and then sent to the bot unloading, we don't need any of this section at all. It can just be all pushed through and sent round, which will make everything a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and let's keep 2 of the trains just for the sake of it. But I will cut the belt off here, and we'll carry everything through.
Yeah, the sorting system, I think, was struggling with it anyway.
Yeah, it's because it was a hodgepodge system just set up so that we could get it running.
So you end up over here with, like, one belt was full of iron, the other belt was full of copper because they don't run through the areas.
Yeah.
Getting those.
Let's get all these out of the way.
Someone in my comment section was asking me why, like, in which situation would you ever need 4 blue belts of resources coming down your main bus? Because, like, yeah, well, like, all of my factories only ever use 2 blue belts max. Like, that's just an awful lot of resources.
Resources, yeah.
Yeah, but he just could not, like, his brain just could not comprehend a situation which you would need 4.
But if you have a factory with, like, 4 people rather than 1, then it's good. Like, you're going to need more stuff.
I don't think I've had a factory that hadn't needed 4 blue belts.
We'll just run this down. We'll run the bottom 2 stations because these 2 we just don't need. We'll just run 2 of the stations, I think.
So do you mean these 2 over here?
Well, if you look down at where I'm taking the rail from, you'll see which ones I've disconnected.
Unfortunately, it's that time. It's been that time for almost 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Lord.
Wow.
Who's it who brought us in? This is where it ends up being me. No.
Was it me?
It's not a
Might have
room.
been me. I feel like I did it recently, but I don't remember if it was this episode. I don't
It was
know.
either Rumbo or Stejo.
I don't think it was a room, but...
Okay. Well, let's just say yes. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow.
We will.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.